Awesome. Okay. Cool. So let's get started a little bit today. I am a firm believer. That was me. I am a firm believer of the best time to ask a question is when you have one. So if you have one, just go ahead, interrupt me. And first of all, does everybody here know Cloudflare? Yeah, awesome. Does everybody know that you can build on Cloudflare? Okay, awesome. Those hands are getting better as we go. That's nice. We have a developer platform. We have you probably know a thing called Workers. It's a really quick serverless function that runs, and it runs in isolate. And it's really powerful. We kind of got known for being the CDN where we have all these data centers and our data is everywhere, and you can run your worker immediately. It's really lightning fast. It's a JavaScript isolate. And we have people wanted to do their AI that same sort of way. So we have over 220 data centers with GPUs in it. We sprinkle GPUs all over all over the world, and we host some very awesome models, especially these models by a company called DeepGram, who's in the house tonight, who we're going to be talking with. Incredible state-of-the-art models are up here. We have a lot of models that you want, any sort of thing that you might want to be doing with that. You can kind of go and stitch things together. But I'm really excited for y'all to see these models because they're really powerful. And when we start thinking about needing to build more of where the future is going, these are the models you're going to reach for. So that is Workers AI, and I need to talk a little bit about a thing called durable objects. How many people use durable objects? How many people know what that is? We got one in the house. All right, awesome. So when you're first starting out coding and you maybe you make a little JavaScript object at the top of your web server, and you think it's gonna stay there, and then it works for a while, and then all of a sudden you restart your server and it's not there. It's because it wasn't durable. That object that you created, that instance that you created, wasn't durable. But you want it. You want to have that object live. That object should always be around. So what we've done is we've created a thing like this, and it is a durable object. You create an object, it has a class, it has its own data inside of it. It has its own little there's a SQLite database literally inside of this object, and they scale all around the world. So you move them all over around the world, and you can always go get them and address them and get a hold of them. It's super powerful. It's a really neat pattern, and it turns out that it's the year of the agent, right? So I don't know if everybody's probably been hearing that. There's these agents that are out there. People want to interact with AI, and they want AI to go off and do stuff for them. And it turns out that this durable object that we've created from a long time ago looks a lot like an agent, because you want your agent to be addressable. You want it to be around. So agents are able to start doing things, and one of the things that they're able to start doing is a tool called MCP. Do people know what MCP is? Model Context Protocol. All right, okay, awesome. That's an info. So we have the ability to make an MCP server really easily, one-click deploy. You just kind of click it, goes. You got this MCP server, and I'll show you that here in a second. And you can have these tools. The MCP server gives you these tools where you can write code. Now I can set up this MCP server, and I can connect agents to it, or I can connect anything to it. I can work from my local machine here, and I can connect to these MCP servers and run these tools. And we have a whole little section on that if you wanted to see how to do that. And I'm gonna jump in here because I need to get the example in here for the MCP. So if we go here to start building, there's a whole nice workshop here. You literally just click a button. You can just run a single line. You get this MCP server, and then you can test it. So I've gone and done that here in this demo that we're about ready to do. I've got that in my clipboard, and I'm going to show you what one of those look like here. So I'm going to do. Let's get to my MCP server. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, not that big. It's pretty straightforward. You just say this server.tool, you give it a name of a tool, you give it some parameters, and then you can just write some function. And as long as you return it back, that's kind of what it feels like. And this has been gaining a lot of popularity. And let's do this really quick. I'm going to show you this. So there's a local development server that we have. So I'm going to run that locally here, and then I'm going to connect to it over here with this. There's a command line that will run and will give you access to it. So we're gonna pop this up. Look, it has a dark mode. That's so nice. And so I'm connecting to my local server here. This is the local server that was there, and I'm just going to connect to it really quick. And we'll see that there are tools that are available. And I have the ability to do this add, right? This isn't going to be very impressive, but this is a demo, right? So it's the calculator. We're going to run the tool. And we're going to see that it came back 1 + 2 is 3. So one of the things that I wanted to show, if you haven't had this before, we're going to go through a little thing for a light bulb moment. So this is connected to the internet. This is a Govee light here. And I took and I wrote a tool that is inside of this MCP server, right? So, and it's called Change Light, and it's going to take a hex color, and we're going to do it, and we're going to go through all this rigmarole that you don't want to have to always do. But now I have this MCP server that I can use anywhere. So we're just going to look it up here locally really quick and make sure that it's working, because that is always a challenge. So the hex color. You got a favorite hex color? No, I'm just kidding. Let's do green. There we go. So the light, this MCP server is running locally. It's not too impressive. It's doing an API call. But now I have this MCP server, so I can go to my machine, to this local server that's running, and I'm going to say, actually, let's go ahead and let's deploy that. So one of the really nice things about deploying on Cloudflare is it just goes to region Earth. You do a deploy, you don't think about where it goes. We don't think about poor US East 2 that went, Windows US East 2 with that. So you immediately get the server, right? So what's nice and what's happening right now with the world is that everybody is having this MCP moment, including some of the bigger players like let's do here we go. Let's do a ChatGPT. ChatGPT has this thing now where you can add server. So I've done this. I've gone and wired that up to that server. So now I have my light server. Now the nice thing about MCP is that this is going to call my tool. Now you remember it took a hex parameter, and let's say make the light the color of a mandarin, right? So it's going to find my MCP server. It's going to connect over the internet to the MCP server that I just did. It's going to find the right tool, and it knows, I guess this is FFA 500 is the color. Let's see if that's right. It's asking me to confirm, but it's going to call that, and the power of the LLM there, right? It collapsed into, it knew what that was. I think that's a pretty neat tool that's able to happen there. So it should be called. There we go. So and then we change the light to the color of the orange there, right? So this is just one place where I can use that same MCP over and over again. So that's the power. That's kind of that light bulb moment of it. And what's happening, like we said, these agents are everywhere, right? Let me make sure. We got a to-do list, and I'm just jumping off the to-do list. We got to get back to this. So we looked at it locally. We looked at it in the inspection. We did it remotely with OpenAI. And now we also have an agent. So we have a durable object, and we put a framework around it. So what's really nice about this agent is you want to be able to talk to it, right? And when I say talk, we're going to start in chat. But, with our guests that we have here tonight, that we're going to start being able to talk to this thing as well. Talk to this, speak to it, and have it understand what we're saying. But we're going to chat to this thing first, because out of the box, that's what it does. So this is the agent framework has a file, and it itself. So we have a thing called chat, and it has I'll make this a little bit bigger. Get rid of this. It itself has this MCP.connect. So it itself can now connect to the same thing that was here, right? The same tool that was here. Now it has the ability to reach out and call other tools. And then you can handle chat like you normally would handle chat. So I'm going to just do an npm start here to get that up and running. And it has a series of tools as well. Let's see, it's got a fake get weather information. This trick always works in San Francisco because the weather is usually either foggy or sunny. So it was sunny today, which was a beautiful day. So let's just run that really quick. Oh, let me clear this. There's that. I zoomed in too much. Oh, I'm not. That's not the agent. That's just thinking, where'd it go? So I kicked off the server, and this is again running locally, which is nice because you can go and you can test and build things here. And I'm going to say, what is the weather in San Francisco? Right, and so it has the tools defined, but it also has anything that is available in that MCP server because it's got an MCP client suggested. So we're showing off here that you can do human in the loop, make sure that it's working the way that you want it to, and that's not impressive. But let's see, there's some pizza left. So what? Make the light the color pepperoni. That's what I'm thinking about right now, and I'm gonna spell that right. Pepperoni. That felt right. All right. So hopefully this is going to go. It's going to find it got the hex color and it changed the color light. So you're able to call tools from within here. And what's really neat about that is imagine, if you will, being able to talk to an application, talk to something, and it actually understands you and it knows when you're talking because these things are all addressable, right? So we have the ability to the agent can capture when email happens, right? So you can send an email and it can process your email as you can be sitting there, and also on request. So any type of webhook that might be out there. I used to work at Twilio, and we use webhooks all the time. So I can get a text message to my agent, and then it does something. My agent will go and do something. And what's really neat about these is out of the box, they're synchronous, right? So watch this. This is connected to the same instance, and it just has real time built into it. So real time synchronization. So if I type hi over here, you'll see that it pops up over here immediately. They're automatically connected to that agent. So it's a really powerful connection, and that I believe comes in handy when we start literally talking to them, not chatting to them, but talking to them and getting information to come back and it being able to go and do tools. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to the Deepgram team, to Nick, who's going to give a demo about some of these powerful models that are available that you can use inside of these agents because we host the models there. So thanks.